minute. Right there. Little whitewater action. Hey guys, Kapper here. Welcome back. This is going to be a little bit longer video. I've had people ask for longer ones quite a bit. So this is going to be a lot of seat time in the excavator, but I am going to go over this entire project by the end of this video. So I'm cleaning out one side of the ditch here, and to the right of me there's a road and a culvert, and then I'm going to clean the upper side of that ditch out. I'm going to clean across the street out the ditch, and I'm going to go into the woods and make a couple of new ditches and drain some flooded woods into these drainage ditches here along the roadway. I also did get stuck in this thing, which I'll show a blip of, and I'll put a link in the description down below. And I'm going to give you a follow-up on this 6 days after this. We've been getting rain all week. Rain. It's just been non-stop. So I'm going to check in about a week later and see how the ditches are running, if they still are, and if we're still making progress on draining these flooded woods. So hope you enjoy some seat time and some pretty scenery in the woods. I guarantee there's not going to be any concrete. No honking horns, no trains, no buses, no planes, no people yelling, and no rioters or looters in this video. So let's have some fun. There's another one flowing right there. Hitting different levels here, which is kind of good, but I'm still gonna have to go back down and open it up a little more. But once the water's flowing, it's easier to kind of see where you need to trim a little. Big old root, that's why. Now I'm trying to find out where it's what's the hold up down here. Of course, I moved my truck. Now I'm probably in my own way again.
Obviously I caught a branch. I'm losing fall down there. I don't know how far I'm going to keep digging, but we need more fall down to my left. Well, let's get all this cleaned up here and then we'll go back that way. For this side right now. Alright, so this is across the street again. I'm working my way up this ditch. Now we're going to see if Mark's culvert is flowing that goes under this county road here. It was not flowing at all when I started, so I'm going to finish this stretch and we'll see if it's starting to flow over here to the other side of the road.
That little bit. There's another culvert up here that comes across.
Oh, from you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm back on the other side. See that little water line? I'm going to try and make a little cut right here.
So this culvert right here to my left is the one we just saw. It was just on the other side of the road. So now we're
back across the road. Now we're on Mark's side, and I'm going to try and open up the flooded woods a little bit and get them down into this culvert so they flow across the road. We'll see how this is going to go. This is all wet ground here. Okay, so let me tell you real quick what happened with my GoPro, since my head is blocking the view there. Anyways, so Curtis, Mark, and I looked for it for quite a while, back and forth up that ditch line. We couldn't find it, so I figured I was out another $300, and it had some good footage on the boom cam. So anyways, when I got back home that evening, I reviewed the footage from here, from the cab GoPro, and I was able to narrow down at least a stretch of where I saw it disappear off of the boom. I then asked Mark if he'd be so kind as to try and go find it one more time. Keep in mind, the GoPro was not waterproof, so if it went in the water, it was ruined anyways. So Mark and his wife went out and they looked for it, and his wife, Miss Eagle Eyes, special thanks to her, she found it on the other side of the ditch, amongst, you know, all the slop piling and the slash piles and whatnot from the ditch.
I went and picked it up the next day, but I could tell it had gotten wet because it had condensation in the whole lens of it, which would mean it's probably shot. So what I did was I set it out in the sun for about 3, 4, 5 hours with the sun beating on it to try and dry it out. And lo and behold, after it dried fully, I gave it a try and it worked. So I actually ordered another one and I canceled that order. So this is now my lucky GoPro that was on the boom cam. So that turned out to be pretty good by the end of the evening. Otherwise, I would have basically lost money on this first half a day there. So let's continue on and see if I connect this ditch right here. Okay, so now I'm working to reconnect it to the ditch on the same side of the roadway as Mark's property. So I've already connected it across that road that you see there, but a lot of these are big oak hardwoods and the roots are just too much for me to break with the little mini excavator. So right here I'm making a kind of a bump out. I'm taking the ditch, I'm bumping it out around 2 of these large trees, and then I'm going to bring it back into the ditch. Right in front of me there, that's the driveway Mark has, which connects to the very first part that I freed. So hopefully I can successfully free it from left flowing to right and get it into that culvert, and then it'll be flowing on both sides of the road. So let's see how this one goes.
See the flow better on this one down there. You can see it.
Right, we have a ditch connection through the culvert. Progress. Oh yeah. 3 little streams coming out, nice.
Flowing pretty good.
The greatest to me. That's why I make old fashions with them.
Got me some, I'm trying some Buffalo Trace.
That's good stuff.
but it's so flat that I can't just keep digging. We'll end up in China on the other end.
Exactly. Let's see what it.
So right in here is where I lost that GoPro. I don't know how in the world they found it, but Mark's wife found it. She found it on the other side, right in this mess. Which, believe me, it's a mess, because I was throwing everything on the backside. Not bad. We got a little water flow on, Curtis.
Yeah. We made that cut around the tree there. It's moving fairly good. A lot better than what it was.
Yeah, I figured if it would keep flowing. Look at that. We got a clog already right there.
Come to this side, you can tell it's moving pretty good.
Yeah, man, she's moving. It's all coming out of these woods.
There's a new cut there. It's moving. It's working.
I hated having to make that, but these hardwood roots are just they're too tough when they get too big. Ooh. Yeah, the next spot I have to get to is down this way to that food plot me and Curtis made a few years ago, and that big pond. I gotta make a big ditch in there, which should be a lot easier than this because I can take it right to another ditch, so I have plenty of fall to play with. There's the opposite side that I cleaned out also. Up here it doesn't look like there's a ton of movement, but when you get over here you can see it clear.